Hey everybody, welcome to Beaming Notes, and today we're going to look at the summary of the poem A Thing of Beauty, a poem by John Keats. Setting of the poem. The poem tells about how nature and its wonder captivates us and takes away all the sorrow that surrounds us from time to time. This poem by Keats is based on the Greek mythology of Endymion, the shepherd dearly loved by the moon goddess Selene. The poem associates Endymion's unique romantic passion with a universal expedition for a self-destroying state of grace in which he might attain a heavenly private concord with all the creations. Summary, lines 1 to 10. A thing of beauty is a joy forever. Its loveliness increases. It will never pass into nothingness, but still will keep a bower quiet for us, and a sleep full of sweet dreams and health and quiet breathing. Therefore, on every morrow are we wreathing a flowery band to bind us to the earth, spite of despondence of the inhuman dearth, of noble natures of the gloomy days, of all unhealthy and over-darkened ways. Very simply put, yet gracefully, Keats describes a thing of beauty as a proceeding joy forever. Its beauty only increases and it will never come back to an end. Its beauty only increases and it will never come to an end. The benefits holed out by a thing of beauty is listed as giving sound repose with good dreams and well-being. The earth without the beautiful things is a hopeless, unpleasant place, flourishing in cold-hearted, unresponsive scarcity, and is severe towards human beings. Every day, human beings face miserable days packed with malignance and darkness. However, in spite of all, a thing of beauty helps eradicate the dark cloud that loads our souls. Hence, the poet says that we, the human beings, create an elaborate band each day made of all the lovely things we see. This band keeps us destined to the downcast earth as we would otherwise be hopeless. Summary, lines 11 to 19. Made for our searching, yes, in spite of all, some shape of beauty moves away the pall. From our dark spirits, such the sun, the moon, trees old and young sprouting a shady boon. For simple sheep and such are daffodils, with green world they live in and clear rills, that for themselves a cooling covert make. Against the hot season the mid-forest break, rich with a sprinkling of fair musk rose blooms. The concluding section simply tells us some of the beautiful things on earth. After all, beauty lies in the eyes of the beholder. Everyone can high point something beautiful in anything. The examples cited by poet are as such the sun, the moon, trees, flowers, streams, musk rose blooms, architectural tombs, even fairy tales or heroic legends. The simple sheep are human beings. The poet expresses sympathy with the innocence of human beings. Keats sees the beauty in guiltless humans seeking comfort in nature, and Mother Nature in its own way develops a shady abode of relief and consolation. The clause lily of the valley is quite well known and incites images of a subtle unique white flower holding up its head amongst a setting of thorns and tips and everything contrary to nature delicateness. So too are daffodils mentioned in the poem. Summary, lines 20 to 23. And such too is the grandeur of the dooms we have imagined for the mighty dead, an endless fountain of immortal drink pouring unto us from the heaven's brink. The poet also perceives beauty in the death of martyrs and legends. The mighty dead are those idealists who have died bravely for a cause. We honor them by establishing splendid, grand edifices in which beauty is seen. If one looks around, there are numerous beautiful things to notice. they seem to flow immortally as a fountain from the gods above to help the pitiable human beings deal with the harshness of life. Central idea. The poem A Thing of Beauty from John Keats' poem Endymion is usually read as a straightforward assertion which has a central idea that any beautiful thing gives unending pleasure. This idea can be interpreted in several diverse senses. For the reason that human beings share the same basic natures and respond to the same motivations in the same basic ways, a thing of beauty, even if lost for a time, perhaps even for centuries, will still have the ability to give joy to future generations if it is experienced again later. A beautiful thing is happiness forever. Whatever happens, we cannot hate a really beautiful thing. Conclusion. The poem concludes by saying that beautiful things are figuratively an endless source of nectar that pours down to us from heaven, bringing eternal joy for the soul's grandeur. They are like a medicine of life, a never-diminishing source of pleasure and delight, a boundless source of joy that seems to be a precious gift from heaven. A beautiful thing will give joy throughout one's lifetime. One can return to the beautiful thing and never finish finding it a source of joy. Even after one dies, the thing of beauty will continue to exist and will give joy to people of the next age group.